around the country. He's a crowd favorite wherever he goes. Even in the Los Angeles Forum, where the remarkable is commonplace and the spectacular is routine, and stars are on the court and in the stands, they know a superstar when they see one, and they know how to treat him. Next, Dr. J's last house call in Los Angeles.
TBS Sports presents NBA Basketball, America's Game. TBS Sports coverage of the NBA is brought to you by Honda, who invite you to experience the CRX SI at your local Honda dealer. And by Miller Genuine Draft, cold filtered for real draft smoothness. It's beer at its best.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Bill Russell, Skip Carey welcoming you to another night of NBA basketball from a jam-packed forum where the Philadelphia 76ers will meet the Los Angeles Lakers, and where in moments we're going to have a ceremony as Julius Erving plays at least his last regular season game here in Los Angeles. Meanwhile, his teammates, the 76ers have been struggling, Bill. They've lost 7 of 10. What do you think?
Well, Skip, as a team, the Sixers are struggling because they have some very fine players led by Charles Barkley, Dr. J, Maurice Cheeks, fine players, but they have not come together as a team. They're almost like separate entities out there, and with that, they're not consistent, and you have to be consistent to win in this league.
Meanwhile, the Lakers are just the opposite. They have won 7 out of 10, 3 in a row, and you've mentioned on several of our telecasts how well you think Magic Johnson is. He always plays well, but you say even better than usual, eh?
I'm convinced that this is the best he's ever played, and maybe the best the game's been played for a while. He's just playing outstanding. We all know he's been a great player for a number of years, but right now I'd say he's probably playing between 5 and 10% better than he's ever played, and that is a remarkable improvement.
Just quickly off the top of my head, any special Julius Erving memories stick in your mind before we go to the ceremony?
Well, I met Julius when he was a sophomore at the University of Massachusetts. I used to speak in college campuses, and I was going to speak at the University of Massachusetts, and they said, we have a very fine basketball player here that would like to meet you, but they have a game tonight. And I said, well, I'll be around after, and so Julius came in after the game, and we sat down, we talked about 3 hours. And very, very nice, respectful young man, and we had a nice conversation. And I remember one of the things I said to him, I said, you're a great listener. And then, so I left, and I heard about this guy in the ABA, the doctor. So I wonder who this is. So one day I see him, I said, that's Julius. He says, yeah.
Tell you what, he's been not only a tremendous player, but it's a cliche and overused perhaps, but he really is a credit to the game. And to that end, Bill, let's switch it to Lawrence Tanner, the public address announcer here, and get on with the ceremonies as the Forum fans say goodbye to the doctor.
Kareem. Okay, can I go now with him? Go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the fabulous forum for tonight's NBA contest between the visitors from the Atlantic Division, the Philadelphia 76ers, and your Los Angeles Lakers. Will you please direct your attention to midcourt, where Laker captain Kareem Abdul-Jabbar will have a special presentation.
I know he liked that. Okay, as everybody probably knows, this is probably now, as you all know, this is probably going to be the last time we see Julius unless it's in postseason play. And this is his last regular season appearance here, and we'd like for all of you to join us in expressing some appreciation for this man. When I first met this young man, in fact, we were both young men at that time. When I first met Julius, we were both in college and wondering what life in the pros would be like and whether or not maybe we could make it, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I guess we both shown that we could hang out in the NBA. Of all the things that we will remember Julius for, and I guess a lot of us remember it kind of with mixed feelings, seeing how he threw in so many on us. But even when he was putting the nails in our coffin, we had to admire this man's athletic ability, and above and beyond all of that, the man's class. And he showed it all the time. I figured that they should give Julius this rocking chair because they got this one from me about 2 years ago. And I haven't had any, real need for it, and I figured Julius could use it next year so, when he sits in front of the TV that the Lakers have gotten him, he can watch me play in this rocking chair. So, enough said by me. I know you'd like to hear from the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Julius Erving.
You look marvelous. Or is it, you look marvelous? To me, the Forum has always been the Mecca West of pro basketball, with the Garden being the Mecca of the East. And truly tonight, it looks like the Mecca of the West. This is the first time in my life I've ever been able to look down at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But I promised a few years ago that I wouldn't leave before the king left, and I guess I fibbed a little, because he's still around and I'm on my way out. But I can't think of a more fitting person to honor me at this time as I exit from pro basketball than Kareem Abdul, your Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. To the 76ers, to the Lakers, to the fans here, to Dr. Jerry Buss, to LA, period, I thank you for many, many years of support, and you're showing that you loved and cared about what I was trying to accomplish on the court, and mostly you appreciated what I was trying to do. I can't think of any other place in the NBA that I came to the play where the effect of what you did on the basketball court counted for more points than the result of your play. So everywhere else, it's result. If you score, it's great. If you block a shot, it's great. And that's what the original intention is. But here, it seems to be the effect. Everybody plays a little bit better, a little bit higher, and hopefully this is the type of basketball game that you'll be treated to tonight. I thank you for these gifts. I thank you for this time. I love you.
Says he wants to go out the front door, and brother, he will. He's still a fine player, and he's going to go out on top, Bill.
Yes, he is, and just an extraordinary young man. I can say young.
Very touching. You can. A very touching ceremony, and they couldn't have picked a better guy to MC it than the big fella, Kareem. Well, here are the lineups for the game. Cliff Robinson in there. Roy Hinson will play, but he's been handicapped by the flu. That's why he's not starting at forward. Tim McCormick. They hope to have Jeff Ruland back shortly. And the doctor with Mo Cheeks at the guards. Matty Gukas is the coach of the Philadelphia team. You see his stats. Another former announcer coaching in the NBA, as is his counterpart in this game tonight.
It's a bad habit to get into, I can tell you that.
There's a pretty good lineup, too, with A.C. Green now has replaced Kurt Rambis in the Lakers starting lineup, at least for a time. And another former announcer, Pat Riley, the dapper coach of the Los Angeles team. Philadelphia 15-13. The Lakers are 21-6 for the year. Jim Capers on the left, Tommy Nunez on the right. Those are our officials. And before we get underway, let's zip it back to Atlanta and Charlie Neal. Charlie?
Okay. Thank you very much, Skip. Coming up at halftime, we'll look at the only other game on the NBA schedule tonight. That's Portland at Seattle. Rick Barry will be here in the studio with me. And, Rick, what do you have coming up for us at halftime?
Well, Charlie, I'm going to be handing out my first semester report cards to 9 of the top rookies in the league. So I'll have that for you.
Some good ones, some disappointments.
Well, we'll talk about both.
Okay. All right. And also, NFL second season got underway today. I'll have the wild card stories. All that and more coming up at halftime. Right now, let's go back to Skip and Bill at the Forum.
Okay, Charlie, thank you very much. And during the first half, don't let Barry try to talk you into switching ties. You would be the loser if you got talked into such a thing, right, Russ?
I think Rick has one of the really fine assortment of neckties in the Western Hemisphere.
He has an assortment, all right. I don't know about the fine part. Well, they have a capacity crowd here in the Forum. We're about ready to go. Our next NBA action will be Tuesday night, Detroit at Milwaukee, 8:05 Eastern time on TBS. I'll be joined by Red Auerbach on that one.
Have fun.
I will.
I want to find out
I'm going to get
something.
the inside scoop on you.
Oh, I'm a different person than was.
I hope so. What did you start to say?
I got a tip. Charles Barkley said, we're going to win tonight.
They're going to have to play a little better than they have in the last few. They did win last night in Sacramento, but they struggled to do so.
And this is it's not that far from Sacramento, but it's a long ways from here to Sacramento.
That's very profound. Philosophical.
Let's see if you're paying attention.
Never. Magic comes away with the tip, and we're ready to go. And we sincerely hope you'll enjoy a Sunday evening with us from the Forum. Byron Scott handles the ball.
This would be, to me, this would be very interesting to see Magic with Julius on him. Julius is probably the biggest guard in terms of playing tall that Magic has encountered in quite a while.
Tim McCormick picked up that foul, his first, and with Ruland on the injured list, they can ill afford foul trouble from McCormick. Kareem, a 70% foul shooter coming in.
Kareem is the 9th wonder of the world.
He just came back the other day, missed 3 games because of some eye problems.
I asked him today, are you having fun? He says, well, it's a lot better than sitting around knitting.
Or carrying that lunch pail.
Oh, no, he don't. Let's not even discuss things like that this time of year.
McCormick up top. Irving fakes. Finds Barkley against Green. Barkley into the lane with a left hand.
I'll tell you, when you turn around and you see Kareem, that makes you creative.
And it worked out for him. A 2-2 ball game. We have 11:15 left in the first quarter. This is James Worthy and A.C. Green and the Magic Man. A little long, and Barkley pulls the rebound. He's come to play tonight, it would appear. He takes it coast. Almost to coast. And it's called for a double dribble. 2-2, 11 minutes left, quarter number 1. Magic tries the same thing.
And that's the type of thing he's been doing. And it almost is catching a lot of players by surprise, but it's not surprising because he's able to do it quite well.
Byron Scott called for a hand check on Maurice Cheeks.
And they get a new 24-second because of the violation.
Your knowledge of the rules is impeccable.
Let's not get carried away.
Well, one of us has to know. Cheeks is on the right wing against Scott. Uh-oh. Can McCormick catch it? No.
Well, you got to be careful passing those big guys. You get it below the waist, and they can't see it way down there.
You run into some trouble. Byron Scott fades away on the dribble.
And Magic has Maurice Cheeks inside, and great pass to A.C. Green.
He was too open. Kareem touched it last, and the ball will go to Philadelphia. 4-2 Lakers, 10:22 left, quarter number one.
Playing on the weak side with a guy like Magic Johnson is a license to steal, if you can shoot.
Irving leaves it for Barkley against Green. Cheeks with it now. And a holding foul. Let's see.
Probably James Worthy.
Worthy, yeah. His first second-team foul.
It's almost like Philadelphia is trying to expose either illegal defense or a holding violation.
Worthy and Robinson banging away at one another.
Because they're very deliberate in their passes.
Irving, 22, got it. 4-4 with 9:25. Barkley the rebound. Here comes the dunk. Kareem is there. Wow. He keeps playing like that. I know where you can get a rocking chair cheap. 6-4 Philadelphia. Kareem's sky hook is short. Cheeks finds McCormick in the valley of the Giants. Barkley blocked by Kareem. Score it and a foul.
You would almost think that Mr. Barkley is very serious about this game tonight.
Yeah, he is pumped. Here's another look.
Good block. Just took that from Magic. Almost bent the rim there. That looks like steps a little bit, or a foul before.
The foul, though, was on Kareem. Barkley has 5 as he converts the free throw. And suddenly Philadelphia enjoys a 9-4 lead. Barkley has 5 points, Irving the other 4.
And Charles told me this is one of the... He's just starting to really feel 100%. Great play there. Good give and go.
Magic to Worthy makes it 9-6 with 8:50. Cheeks into the lane, left-handed it up and in.
Byron Scott missed A.C. Green on that one. He could have dunked it.
Byron to 3, doesn't get any, and Cheeks with a rebound. He's got a 2-on-2 with Irving. Good pass. McCormick fakes, lays it up and in. McCormick out of the University of Michigan, former Seattle performer. And it's a 7-point lead, 13-6 Philly. Kareem against McCormick.
That'll work most of the time.
He backed in and then shot that sky hook on the baseline.
It's so outstanding to see a player that knows exactly what he's doing and realize how much time he has.
The outlet is nicely done to Scott.
Bad pass.
Good anticipation by Cheeks. He leads a break the other way to Barkley. Charles has 7. The backboard is still rocking, and it's 15-8 with 7:20. They say the fans here are too laid back, but not tonight. Even though the Lakers are losing, they're seeing some terrific basketball. Long way to go. 7:17 left. First quarter. A 7-point Philadelphia lead.
What's this stuff, guy? Aftershave skin conditioner. I know. I thought I was the only guy with sensitive skin. Every time I shave, I get it right here.
What do you fellas use? Because shaving irritates my whole face.
After. Try it.
Looks different.
Oh, it's rich. It's a lotion. After soothes razor scrape sensitive skin.
Hey, this feels great. And smells good, too. Terrific.
Sensible care for sensitive skin. Aftershave Skin Conditioner.
By Menon. Watch closely. You're looking at America's 2 leading premium beers. Because Miller High Life comes in a clear bottle, you probably think it's the lighter of the two. But life is full of surprises. You see, Miller High Life is brewed darker from this special and expensive roasted malt. Pour them for yourself. See the difference roasted malt can make. Then compare the taste, and you just might find out what a beer made the American way is all about. Miller High Life.
Okay, once again, there's a look at the TBS efficiency rating.
Yes, that's going to be very interesting to see how it turns out, because it does say something about a lot of things. It doesn't say it all. But it'll be very interesting. We're going to check on these players as the game unfolds before our very eyes.
Okay, 15-8 our score, 7:17 remaining in the first quarter. Philadelphia has the lead.
Charles Buck's off to a pretty good start. He's got 5 rebounds, 7 points, and 6 intimidations, which doesn't go in the efficiency rating. Foul on Magic Johnson. Laurie Cheeks is off to a good start, too. He's playing real good defense. A couple of players braked a couple of minutes ago and just made that steal and got the foul.
Last time we saw Philadelphia in person was in Milwaukee about 10 days ago, and both Cheeks and Barkley really struggled. But you're right, they're often winging here tonight. Offensive foul, Cliff Robbins.
The rebound difference is a little outstanding at this point.
Byron Scott from the baseline, pops it on his first point.
But when you make them like that, it sort of eliminates that as a factor.
Philadelphia by 5 at 15-10. Barkley double team, Cheeks the open man, 19-footer, 118. Kareem stolen by the doctor, but A.C. Green out of there with it. Magic, whoa, what a block by Irving. Scott. Irving uses that tremendous leaping ability. McCormick takes it under, great move. His second basket at 17-10 with 5:50 in the quarter. Scott, the open man, won't fall. Barkley the rebound. His 6th first quarter rebound. 5.5 minutes remaining in the period. McCormick tapped against the glass by Kareem. It goes up.
And maybe Charles Barkley knew something that we hadn't anticipated.
They're off to a great start. It's 19-10, Philadelphia. The Lakers are 12-1 here in the Forum this year.
Matt.
An offensive foul.
Kareem,
that's his second.
Now, so far, the Sixers have built their lead on just outstanding defense. Although Byron Scott has missed a lot of open shots, mainly they played real good defense, the Sixers have.
Here comes Magic. That got him the hoop.
Not since he came in the league has Magic been more looking for his shots as he is in this stretch, especially the first 26, 27 games of this season.
Michael Cooper about to check into the Los Angeles scheme of things. Now Dale Fleet will come in for Philly. 4:18 remaining, 3 on the shot clock. Robinson with a fine hook shot. Cliff has his first point. 21-12 is our score. Magic spins by the doctor. Barkley stole it. Charles behind the back again. That time it didn't work out for him. But he got his team the ball. Irving, checked by Worthy. 12 on the shot clock. 3:45 left, first quarter. Cliff Robinson on the baseline. Kareem the rebound.
Good outlet.
Worthy. Left-handed, nope. Tim McCormick's having a big quarter. Maurice Cheeks with it now, and he slows the tempo of the game with 3:25 left. Philadelphia dominating here. They lead 21-12, but it's early. The Doc for three. Nope, left the show. Barkley out-muscles everybody and got the hoop.
Well, there's a loose ball, and he has his hands on it. You'd think that he'll come up with about 97% of them.
Well, he is a strong kid. He's got 9 points and 7 rebounds. Less than 3 minutes remaining in the quarter. Magic and a foul on McCormick. Barkley slams the ball down. No technical is called.
That wasn't the kind of move that would justify technical. That one. Sometimes a guy bounces the ball that it does, but that's not one of them.
Timeout called here with 2:52 remaining in the first quarter. We'll be back.
You guys were easy last year. Whoa, come on, admit it. You cheated. Cheated? Us? That guy was a ringer. That guy was a monster. Besides, much good for your complexion. Hey, and don't forget, we let you share our beer. Remember? That draft beer was unbelievable. That it was.
Sure was. Drinking Miller Genuine Draft will remind you of the best beer you've ever had because it's cold filtered for real draft smoothness. It's beer at its best.
Lou? There's money right.
There are times you have to speak out when you know something's wrong.
Drugs are a problem for everyone, everywhere, and we all know there is no easy solution.
Drugs are a no-win situation. They damage your body and affect your mind.
Worst of all, drugs ruin lives and destroy families, just like yours.
When it comes your time to make your call, say no to drugs.
Because if you say yes, you're not the one calling the shots anymore.
It's time to stand up and let everyone know it's not okay to take drugs. So if someone asks you, say, I'll pass. It's the best move you can make.
We're all in this together, and we want you to know.
The NBA family says no to drugs.
Play it smart. Don't foul out.
Join the NBA family's fight against drugs by wearing a Don't Foul Out pin. Send $1 in a self-addressed stamped envelope to Don't Foul Out, Post Office Box. Well, on the copy it says 4518, and on the graphic it says 5418. We'll find out for sure which it is. New York, 10185. It's 5418.
So while Magic is shooting a free throw, I'd like to point out that the Sixers, part of the result of good defense, have scored 9 of their 11 baskets inside the 3-second lane.
Magic has 7. It's 23-15 with 2:45.
And that gives you a very high percentage, usually.
Kurt Rambis has checked into the Los Angeles lineup. Roy Hinson has come to work for Philadelphia, as has Fidel Freak. And Michael Cooper, who we mentioned earlier. Robinson double team. 3 on the shot clock. Freak drops it off. The 24 expires, and the ball goes back to the Lakers.
A great defensive play by Michael Cooper. He didn't block the shots, but he made him give it up, and they ran out of time.
Oh, he's a terrific player for a guy who's really not a great shooter.
Well, that's important because a lot of defensive plays don't result in block shots or steal, but they result in layups.
Great pass. Rambis the basket from Magic. It's a 6-point Philadelphia game with 2:05 left in the quarter. Cheeks pops away and misses long distance. Hinson touched it last, and the Lakers have the ball. Roy playing with a virus. Frank Rakowski checks into the game. Kareem is out. Rakowski out of Penn State. He has played all over the place. France, Italy, Israel in his career. 4-3. Cooper didn't get any. Rambis jumps in and commits. He's called for travel.
There's a lot of timber waiting for him whenever he decided to let it go.
Matty Gukas is not commenting on the quality of play. That's play instructions that thumbs down signal. Hinson goes to the hole and rolled off. Here comes Magic. A minute 10 remaining in the quarter. Nice roll for Johnson. Magic has 9, and the Lakers are right back in it, down by 4. Wes Matthews about to come to work for Los Angeles. Going to be on Rambis prior to the shot.
In that last sequence, the Lakers were playing excellent team defense away from the ball. And that's why Barkley was trying to set the play, and he had to finally go one-on-one because the passing lanes were not open.
Magic out for a rest as Wes Matthews checks in.
You always think of these great teams because of the great offensive players and the guys you hear about. But the real good teams are all excellent defensive teams.
Barkley, a 73% foul shooter, misses that one. He's 1 out of 2. Maurice Cheeks out for a rest. David Wingate reports for Philadelphia. Neither would fall for Barkley. Michael Cooper. Nope. Boy, Barkley has had some game off the glass. 30 seconds left. He goes the length, has his pocket picked, gets it back, knocked loose, gets it back, won't go. And James Worthy had it, lost it. Barkley has it again. Foul on Cooper. Charles upset with himself, but boy, he is cooking tonight. This is a non-contact sport, they've said.
That's just hard work, and to stand with it. Cooper gets clubbed and gets a foul for it.
Nobody said it was going to be easy.
Or fun.
Barkley has 10, 2 out of 4 from the foul line. 21 seconds left in the quarter. It's 24-19, Philadelphia.
And, you know, he does not do a very good job of hiding his emotions.
No, he's never going to have an ulcer. Unless, of course, he becomes a television producer. After his playing days are over, Cooper in the front court. Wingate all over him. Brakowski came down before he unloaded the ball, and that's a costly turnover with 9 seconds left.
And Lakers, the law of gravity being enforced.
They wanted to play for the final shot. They didn't. Barkley shoots it with 6 seconds left. That misses. Worthy with 3. Well, you see the time. But no Seagar. We got a good one going in the Forum, and the Philadelphia team leads by 6 at the end of the quarter.
Us guys at Miller Lite usually kid around, but since it's the holidays, we'd like to get a little serious.
Yeah. Have a very Merry Christmas.
Why you know that?
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, thanks.
To family and friends.
Even to quarterbacks.
We wish you health, happiness, and peace. Here you go, Uke.
Oh, thanks, guys. Great seat. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas.
jellyfish swim faster than that.
Not with a clogged nose like this.
Oh, try this.
Sidex, I need help now.
You got it. Hit this when you feel it.
1 second.
With Sinex Vapors, you feel better in 1 second. Plus, its strong decongestant keeps you breathing free for hours.
And you're gonna need it for hours.
Whoa!
Sinex, regular or long-lasting. Feeling better is a second away. From Vicks, of course.
Facts and figures are one thing, but the best way to judge a Honda Prelude SI is by the seat of your pants.
TBS sports coverage of the NBA is being brought to you by Honda, who invite you to experience the Accord four-door sedan at your local Honda dealer.
This program, authorized under rights granted by the National Basketball Association, solely for the entertainment of our audience, that any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Are we on TV?
Number 1.
Yes, sir, you're on TV.
No way.
We go to the second quarter. It's 25-19. Philadelphia on top. Barkley with 11, Magic with 9, the leading scorers in the first quarter. Philly 3 of 5 at the line. Los Angeles 3 of 3. Dale 3 to get Wes Matthews.
The Sixers start out shooting 70%. They hit 7 out of the first 10 shots. They end up the first quarter shooting 50%, which is still not bad.
Worthy with good anticipation. Robinson didn't come to the ball. Worthy over Wingate. 25-21.
That's so important for a receiver when you're trying to pass to him to come and meet the ball.
Hinson lost it. It's on the deck, and out of the pack comes David Wingate. And he won. Pat Riley with play instructions as Matt Gukas looks down his bench. The Lakers can move to within 2 here with 11 minutes left till halftime. Lakers jump shots are atrocious in the early going.
No, they're not going in either.
That's part of it. Reed up top against Matthews. Reed from 20, shot at 21. Tip, Hinson. Probably give it to Robinson.
No, they throw it away.
27-21 is our score. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be picking a Miller Lite player of the game. So they'll treat front court. Wingate. Held by Cooper. Cooper thought he hooked him as he drove to the hoop, and he gets no satisfaction from Jim Capers.
And you wonder if he did.
What do you always say about Jim Capers?
Did you buy a used car from this man?
Danny Brains. Misses. And the Sixers will have it back. 10:09 remaining in the first half. Joe Westbrook, our producer. Mark Goldsmith, our director tonight. Wingate winds up on the deck. Travel is the call.
When he put that on the floor, there was a lot of hands helping him out with that dribble.
27-21 Philadelphia. Turnovers, as you see, are even. Danny Brains hold it.
Young David Wingate is getting a real clinic on how to fight through picks. And they're ringing his bell pretty regular out there.
He's a good defensive player. So is his range. That's his strong point, they tell us. Worthy with 12 on the shot clock. Boy, they're jump shooting. If Philadelphia can make them shoot jump shots tonight, they got a good chance to beat them. Wingate committed the offensive foul. Passed it too late. Cooper drew it.
Here goes young David Wingate. Up. And Cooper's there. Offensive foul.
Irving returns.
That's what you call trial by fire, what David Wingate just went through. But he'll end up being a much better player for it later on in the season.
Magic up top. Rambus. Rambus is not a thing of beauty out there, but he's a very effective blue-collar type player, boy. He's a hard worker.
There's no blue-collar making that kind of money.
Well, you're right. By comparison, though. Matthews, good look to Burkowski. They're going to score it.
Goaltender. Let's take another look at that block.
Pinned against the glass.
You can't do that in the NBA.
Timeout is called here with 8:41 remaining till halftime, and the Lakers have crept back, as you see, to within a basket.
I love this game. The fans, the noise, the tough shots, even these great NBA uniforms. You can get this authentic game jersey and other team clothing and accessories from this new official NBA catalog. Check it out. This team jacket and bag by Starter, and this cap by Sports Specialties. So, for this $1 catalog, credit card holders can call this toll-free number or send $1 to NBA Catalog, Building 73, Hanover, PA. Everything comes in all team colors and in all sizes. You can even get this sweater by Cliff Engel and this official Spalding game ball. So call 1-800-972-1000 or send $1 to NBA Catalog, Building 73, Hanover, PA. Your dollar will be credited to your first order. So order today so you can look as good as Larry Bird. Well, almost.
Monday on the new Leave It to Beaver, is Mrs. Cleaver making the grade with Ollie's teacher?
Your grandmother and Blue going to go steady. What's that? Your dad Janet, the bus driver?
They're talking about my mother down at the pool hall?
The new Leave It to Beaver, 6:05 Eastern, only on the Superstation Monday night.
In sports, there are winners and losers. But for the whole story, turn to the winning team of Nick Charles and Jim Huber on Sports Tonight, every night at 11:30 Eastern on CNN.
There's a rebound comparison.
Now, earlier, that was a real big difference between the two teams, but as the Lakers have caught up, they've caught up in quite a few statistics also.
And as we compare those rebounds, we can see they're very close to even. Maurice Cheeks goes to the hole and a foul on Matthews. First for Matthews. And it's 29-25 with 8.5 minutes till halftime. Cheeks now with 5.
You think the fans are enjoying that?
And there's no place for him to go at 260 pounds. Matthews playing a little private game there. Brains. Good pass to McCormick. But a whistle. Burkowski picks up the foul.
Now that's the young man that wishes he had taken the simple dunk. Nice steal. Now you're out there. You got to do something though. You can't just.
What you better do is get the 2 points. That's what they pay you for. 7:25 left. Philadelphia by 5.
But this is Los Angeles, Hollywood. You know, Showtime.
That's the one trouble with the old slam dunk. Sometimes you just forget to get the basket.
And it's usually a pretty high percentage shot too.
They're letting them play a little tonight. Kareem, the reverse hook. 7 minutes left till halftime. All of a sudden, things have fallen apart for Charles Barkley. For 3, Cooper. Nope. Magic. Philadelphia by 1. Matty Gukas with play instruction.
Charles Barkley must feel like he's just thrown from a horse. He's got to get back on real quick.
Foul on Byron Scott. Worthy replaces Rambus, put Robinson back into the game, and Barkley will go out and pick up the pieces. He'll be back and he'll play well. But he's a picture of dejection now. Philadelphia by 1. Travel is gone. This is not a thing of beauty here in this second quarter. Old venerable pivot man.
Well, they're kind of getting out of their system right now. You have the bad passes, the bad shots, the missed dunks.
Cooper. The Lakers make a jump shot. That's news tonight.
Boy, he didn't jump very high.
It was almost a set up. Los Angeles has claimed the lead by 1. Very low-scoring contest to this point.
And it started out with such promise.
And it may get that way again. Danny Brains can't buy it. Byron Scott the rebound. Magic for Worthy. Brains with a steal. Cheeks, but Kareem is back there lying in wait. Robinson got it.
What they did on that play was they made Kareem have to play horizontal defense. Went away from the strength. Resulted in a layup.
32-31 Philly. 4:55 left till the half. Another set shot. He's got 13. A.C. Green about to return to the Los Angeles lineup.
You know, a lot of players know what needs to be done to win, but not all of them that have this knowledge can physically do it. And Magic is one of the few players that can.
Robinson. The dot. Irving now with 6. We're on a seesaw. Philadelphia by 1. 4:15. Byron Scott
made a mistake. He jumped.
A great follow-up. As poorly as the Lakers have shot their jump shots, it's really amazing that they've claimed the lead here.
And there are some people who think this is a jump shooter's lead.
Robinson's shovel pass goes awry. Worthy with a save. Magic gets Byron Scott. Nothing wrong with that jump shot.
Shoot it up. And something's bound to happen.
37-34. Lakers have it back. Irving argues about that one. Hinson and Green check in for their respective teams. Danny Brains goes out, so does Michael Cooper. 3:16 till halftime. You're very laid back tonight. Is this your Los Angeles demeanor?
Well, no, this is a very interesting game. It's fun to watch. And when I watch games like that, I just sort of want to make sure I don't step on them.
You're cool. Magic Johnson up top against the Doctor. AC Green. Nope.
He jumped. I'll teach him.
Cheek says the other way. 2:45 remaining. Magic. Nobody played him.
I don't think that Cliff Robertson has a real outstanding shot selection tonight.
No. I would have to agree with you. Philadelphia has only 9 points in the quarter. And that's still the situation. Scott with a good Kareem outlet. Worthy. Great fake by Worthy. And right now, the Lakers are simply out hustling Philadelphia up and down the floor.
Here's a nice look at Byron Scott pass to James Worthy. One dribble, give it a fake. Come down. Too late.
The old continuation play. Suddenly the Lakers by 7 with 2:11 till halftime.
Over the years, your kids will grow out of just about everything. But there's one thing your kids will never outgrow. The roomy Honda Civic 4-door sedan.
Choosing a life insurance policy can make anyone feel helpless. You're at the mercy of strangers. Your hands are tied. You feel pressured. But help is never too far away. With Prudential, your agent has the time to talk to you, listen to you, and work with you until you have a piece of the rock you're comfortable with. No wonder more people choose Prudential for life insurance than any other company. You'll feel right by the rock. Prudential Life Insurance.
Lorimar Motion Pictures presents.
What happened last night? I just woke up with a dead guy.
Jane Fonda,
There's blood all over.
Jeff Bridges,
What did I do? Why don't I remember any of this?
The Morning After Can Be Murder. Rated R. Coming this Christmas.
At halftime, Charlie Neal will bring you the Prudential Sports Update with scores, highlights, and a review of Rick Barry's preseason predictions, as well as a look at the rookie crop in the NBA. So we invite you to stay tuned for that.
And don't forget the NFL playoff picture down at the bottom.
Bad day for the Rams and for the Chiefs. Charlie will tell you more about that. Who do you like in the Super Bowl, Russ?
Well, I tell you.
We really rehearsed, don't we? 2 minutes left in the half.
2 minutes. Chicago Bears.
One. That again. Hinson, that won't go. But Robinson with a rebound. Philadelphia's had a disastrous quarter because of the good Laker defense. Oh, hello. But there's that jump shot again.
We're going to make those guys stay stationary when they take these shots.
Minute 25 left till halftime.
And the Sixers are saying we can hardly wait.
They're very much in the game despite their horrible quarter. Did he get it away in time? No, the 24 expires, and they are really flailing around out there. Magic rushes it up the floor. Foul's going to be on Philadelphia.
Kareem just became the third all-time leading rebounder in tonight's game, even as we sit here.
Boy, that Chamberlain and Hayes were two fine players.
That's right. They could shoot.
Well, then they need him here tonight.
Either one of them.
Worthy winds up on the deck. He's all right. Just angry. Irving touched the glass.
And the Sixers says, no matter what you do, we won't let you throw it away.
Lakers take a 20-second timeout, I think because they thought Worthy was injured. He was just stunned, but there was no foul as he...
No blood, no fouls.
Sprawling to the floor.
Napoleon McCallum's crew here from the Raiders.
Speaking of the Raiders, Al Davis here at courtside tonight, eh?
Yes, he's a real Laker fan.
He underwent a tough season, both in court and on the field.
And he said it was rough out there.
Detroit and Milwaukee Tuesday night, 8:05, 7:05 Central, 5:05 Pacific.
It's gonna be cold there.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. Those of us who take the time to attend.
See if you can get one of those sports coats off a red.
Well, let's see what happens to Philadelphia this time, Don. Nothing good for a while. McCormick ends the drought. He has 8. And with that number, leads it. Except for Barkley's 11, all of them in the first quarter. Lakers have to shoot it with 1 second left. You see the time remaining in the half.
And as Julius and Magic encounter and talk to each other, they look like an old Fred Astaire dance movement.
Green with
he took a lot of little steps in.
Magic hangs in the air. He beat the buzzer, got the basket. The doctor from about 60. Boy, he didn't miss by much. An 11-point second quarter for Philadelphia. They're still in the game, but they're down by 9 at halftime.
6:05. Everything's okay. It takes a lot of teamwork at Delta to give you the best service. And as a mechanic, I make sure everything's ready to go. All with one thing in mind, a safe, comfortable flight. Hey, Bob, we take a lot of pride in what we do. I like working on our airplanes, and I sure love working for Delta.
Delta gets you there. We get you there with care.
Air Jordan. It's all in the imagination. You begin with raw steel. Shape it with fire, muscle, and sweat. Polish it to razor-sharp perfection. We're looking for a few good men with a medal to be Marines.
This is Charlie Neal in our Atlanta studios, and coming up next on the Prudential Sports Update, a look at the only other game on the NBA schedule tonight. That's Portland at Seattle. Rick Barry will be here with us to review his preseason picks and update us on how this year's rookie crop is doing. Plus a look at today's wild card NFL games. All that and more coming up next.
Late one night, when all the families in all the houses all across the land were fast asleep, all of their old family cars were taken away. In their places were left shiny new Honda Accord. And they all drove happily ever after.
Lorimar Motion Pictures presents
What happened last night? I just woke up with a dead guy.
Jane Fonda,
There's blood all over.
Jeff Bridges,
What did I do? Why don't I remember any of this?
The Morning After Can Be Murder. Rated R. Coming this Christmas.
Who has transformed home entertainment, bringing sight and sound together with one remote. Who? RCA, with Digital Command Component Systems, a choice of components operated by one remote that deliver a sight and sound experience you must experience. Digital Command Component Systems. If you settle for less than RCA, that's exactly what you'll get.
Prudential Sports Update is brought to you by Prudential, offering a full range of insurance and other financial services. The Prudential, the Rock. It's strong. It's on the move. It's bigger than life.
Welcome back to our Atlanta studios. I'm Charlie Neal. Only one other game on the NBA schedule tonight besides that 76ers-Lakers game you're enjoying. Portland traveled to Seattle to take on the Supersonics. Now, Seattle is looking for its third straight win. They've won 7 of their last 11, but the majority of their losses this season have come at home, while Portland is trying to increase its 2-game lead over Seattle in the Pacific Division. And right now, in the fourth quarter, Portland is leading by 3 points, 104-101. Meanwhile, the NFL's second season got underway today with the wild card teams in both the NFC and the AFC going at it in the AFC contest. Pat Ryan in for Ken O'Brien at quarterback threw 3 touchdown passes as the New York Jets snapped a 5-game losing streak and turning back the Kansas City Chiefs. The final there, 35-15. The Jets travel to Cleveland to take on AFC Central Division champ Browns next Saturday. Now, the NFC game saw Jess Atkinson kick 4 field goals, while George Rogers ran for 115 yards. That gave the Redskins a 19-7 win over the Los Angeles Rams. The Redskins take on the Bears in Chicago next Saturday. And immediately following the basketball game right here on the Superstation, Nick Charles and I will have highlights and interviews from both of those games on the sports page, so join us then. And you know, normally Rick Barry is out at the game site with partner Bob Neal calling the game. Well, Rick is in the studio with me here tonight, and last time we were together, Rick, was 2 months ago, just at the start of the NBA season, and we talked about some of the picks and how you felt that the season would go. Let's review some of your picks right now. First of all, let's look at the Atlantic Division.
Well, you know, you win some, you lose some, Charlie. Bad pick there with the New York Knicks. They have big problems. Drop down a spot. Washington playing a little bit better.
Okay, Central Division?
Central Division, I'm happy with my pick with Atlanta. They have not been a surprise to me. However, I would think that Chicago, with Michael Jordan, the way he's performing, he's carried them to new heights.
How about the Midwest? A surprise there? Huh?
Yes, well, the Rockets have not had their starting 5 from last year healthy together, playing for any extended period of time. That's why they're suffering. In Denver, of course, Calvin Nat went down in the first game. That's why you see the shake-up there.
No surprise at the top of the Pacific Division?
None whatsoever. Of course, Portland's hanging right in there as well. The big surprise, I think, in the league has got to be the Seattle Supersonics. They're playing outstanding basketball, and Golden State has improved.
When we talk about rookies, that's one of the things we do want to talk about. 20 of the 24 that were drafted in the first round have made it, and they're playing right now in the NBA.
Well, yes, Charlie, and when one rookie makes a team, you would expect that. 2, well, that's pretty good. If 3 make it, that's exceptional. If 4 make it, well, that's something again. But in the case of the Cleveland Cavaliers, 5 rookies have made their ball club. 4 of them are contributing. 3 of them are starters, and the 3 that are starters are their leading 3 scorers. Let's take a look at the 4 players who have been contributing for that Cleveland Cavalier ball club. First, number 1 pick, Brad Daugherty. Goes inside, uses his body. They say that he was a little soft. He's proving otherwise. Also showing the ability to run the court. Ron Harper with the pass To Doherty, he takes it home very strong and effectively. Speaking of Harper, watch this move. 360 spin move. Just an incredibly gifted athlete. Here's another one. You'll see him play some defense on Barkley. He'll take it away and watch the move he puts on the doctor. Shades of the doc himself. Now you talk about another rookie. He's not in this year's draft, but it was from last year. Hot Rod Williams, John Hot Rod Williams from LSU with the big block. Harper's going to miss, and look at him run the court, follow it home. He has been a real factor, averaging over 16 points a game. And then off the bench, the Georgia Tech product, Mark Price, hits from the outside. He also has the ability to penetrate. He's averaging over 7 points a game, Charlie, playing only 17 minutes. And Lenny Wilkins has done a super job with this Cleveland Cavalier ball club.
And when you talk about those top three that are starting for the Cleveland Cavaliers, you've got to go back 30, 31 years to the old Rochester Royals before you found three rookies that led their team in scoring.
They've done a fantastic job. That's a team of the future.
Okay, and Rick and I will be back to look at the top draft picks in just a moment. Stay with us.
When I played football, they called me a troublemaker. But really, I'm just a nice guy who likes to watch a game with a Miller Lite. I see you're drinking light, too. Yeah, tastes great. I agree. But he drinks it because it's less filling. Tastes great. Did you hear that?
It's less filling.
Pretty strong words. It tastes great.
Less filling.
Tastes great.
Less filling.
Tastes great.
There's no argument. There's only one light beer, Miller Lite.
Is that a light beer you're drinking?
Yeah, it tastes great.
I agree, but that's not what he said.
Welcome back, Rick Barry. You have your first semester report card on some of the rookies, the top draft picks.
Yes, I do, Charlie. Let's take a look at the 9 top draft choices right now. Number 1 pick, Brad Daugherty, has shown why the Cavaliers made the big deal with the 76ers involving Roy Hinson. The transition from college to pro in the center position is the most difficult to make, and Brad has made it in record time. His first semester grade is A. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we find Chris Washburn at Golden State. His attitude and maturity were always in doubt, and for good reason. He has the natural talent to receive an A, but he hasn't grown up yet. His disruptive behavior earns him a big F. Already a young team with talent, the Pacers have yet another potential star in Chuck Person. The number 4 pick has shown multi-dimensional talent, leading the team in scoring and rebounding. He's also second in assists. The 6'8", 220-pound rookie has played every position but center. He's a top contender for Rookie of the Year and easily rates an A. The New York press questioned the Knicks picking Kenny Walker. Bernard King, he's not, but he has a terrific attitude, good skills, and great natural ability. He may not ever become an all-star, but he'll be a good player for many years to come. He rates a solid B. A preseason knee injury that required surgery has delayed the progress of William Bedford. The Suns were very pleased with him prior to the injury, and now that he's back, it will take a while to judge his adjustment to the pro game. He gets an incomplete. Roy Tarpley made a big impression in preseason, but Coach Dick Motta has found a place for Roy on the Dallas bench. With Sam Perkins playing well, Tarpley's minutes are hard to come by. Nevertheless, he has shown great potential and will eventually be a good player. I give him a C. Here's the other leading candidate for Rookie of the Year. Ron Harper has the size and offensive skills that help make stars. He's one of the top scorers in the league, as well as one of the more exciting and creative players. His defense will improve with time, and if his offense does, the guards in the NBA are in trouble. Obviously, an A. For any rookie to get decent playing time, he's got to have talent and confidence in his ability. Brad Sellers has both. With hard work, he could develop into an important player for Doug Collins and the Bulls. That is, if he can take the correct airplane flights. He gets a C. Sometimes it takes a while before you get your chance, and that was the case with Johnny Dawkins. But when his opportunity came, his natural ability helped him to make an impression, and he's been improving ever since. Blessed with exceptional quickness, he's almost impossible to stop from scoring. Now he needs to work on his outside shot. I like his work ethic, so I give him a B.
Top 9 didn't do too bad. None of them really flunked out.
Well, yeah, other than Washburn, he has the talent, but his attitude killed him.
How about surprises?
Surprises, I would have to think one major one, and that would be Kenny Gattison out of Old Dominion for the Phoenix Suns. He's earned the starting spot, picked way down in the 50s.
Yeah, not even a first-round draft pick. Disappointments, a couple of disappointments.
Major disappointment as far as I'm concerned, and that would have to be Walter Berry out of St. John's, because he was picked by Portland. They've dealt him off to San Antonio. They just really washed their hands of him. He had a terrible attitude and was a disruptive force on that club as well.
And, of course, Anthony Jones, who was drafted but was waived by the Washington Bullets, is the one draft choice that is not playing.
Well, that's true. And also, you would have to think perhaps Pearl Washington. Some people said that he was a disappointment. I don't think so. I think too much was expected of him. I think that the point guard position is the other toughest position to make the transition from college to pro. Pearl will be a good player. Give him some time.
Okay. Thanks, Rick Barry. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Stay with us.
Find the holes in your homeowner's insurance before they find you.
Sorry to barge in.
Have a Prudential representative give you a fast, free Pru review of your coverage.
Are we covered?
If you had a Pru review, you'd know.
Get a Pru review from the Prudential and get a piece of the rock.
Don't look like Bermuda to me.
Prudential Sports Update has been brought to you by Prudential, offering a full range of insurance and other financial services. The Prudential, the rock. It's strong. It's on the move. It's bigger than life.
A reminder that immediately following the game, Nick Charles and I will be here for the sports page. We'll have all the scores and highlights from today's pro football action and basketball action. Join us for the sports page immediately following the game. Now let's go back to the Forum in Los Angeles to Skip and Bill for the second half of tonight's game.
Okay, Charlie, thank you. 45-36, the score. I guess two ways to look at this. The Lakers can't make a jump shot, yet they lead by 9. Meanwhile, Philadelphia couldn't throw it in the ocean in the second half, but they're still very much in the game.
Yes, it's been a struggle offensively, but both teams have played pretty good defense, which has contributed to the struggle offensively. But there have been a lot of unforced errors, old tennis cliche.
Yes, indeed. Is there anything special the fans should look for in the second half? Any key to what you think will happen here?
Well, if the Lakers get off to a good start in the third quarter, it could be an extraordinarily long night for the Sixers. But I would not expect the Sixers to come out flat. I think that Charles Barkley kind of embarrassed himself. He's a young man with a lot of pride, so he may come out ready for bear the second half.
You see him icing down his knees as we get ready for the third quarter to begin. Well, we'll see what's what when we come back with the play-by-play story on quarter number 3 right after this.
Valvoline presents another special play in the NBA.
Dr. J making his last regular season appearance at the Forum. Here, he gets past Kareem for an underhanded scoop shot. Just another of his patented moves.
Plays like that make the NBA special. Here's what makes motor oil special.
It's great this year.
It's the economy.
Oh, Russell, what kind of motor oil are you using?
Motor oil is motor oil.
Motor oil definitely is not motor oil. A four-cylinder engine works harder and needs the extra protection of specially formulated Valvoline 4-Guard.
Not much of a break this year.
It's the economy.
Oh, Russell.
My amigo Juan just came out from Mexico. So I'm introducing him to our American friend Larry and our favorite beer, Miller Lite. Por favor. Juan, mi Miller Lite de gusto porque it tastes muy bueno. Larry. Ladies, mi mosa calories and no gusto filiapo. El comprende? No, not really.
For mucho great taste, there's only one light beer, Miller Lite.
Does your friend speak any English?
As we look at the efficiency rating for the first half of these 4 players that we said we were going to check on as the game progressed, we know one thing, that Barkley and Magic Johnson have had pretty good games. I don't know how efficient they are, but...
I'll say this, Barkley was a lot more efficient in the first quarter than he was in the second. Cheek shoots the jumper. Oh, Philadelphia still ice cold. McCormick blows a lot of missed layups. Kareem blocked that one. Matt Gutka screams for a foul, but gets no satisfaction. Kareem comes up hurting. A 20-second timeout by L.A. It looks like his right hand or
he may
wrist.
have jammed his thumb. And that's smart. Let's see if we can take a look and see what happened here.
Got it on the backboard, didn't it? Looked like maybe after the block.
Let's take a different angle and see if we can come up with this. See if he hits the backboard, man. He's going to go up for the block. And the Cameron wasn't hit the backboard, yes.
Yeah.
The good thing he has a rubber pad in there, or he really could hurt himself.
He's going to stay in the game. I guess he just got stung a little bit.
He's going to play with pain.
Play with pain. And here we go. Magic, they post up Worthy against Cheeks. Had a mismatch, chose not to use it. The jump shot still won't fall for Los Angeles.
And Charles Barkley still putting on the rebounds.
His 9th of the night.
Good penetration by Maurice Cheeks. When the jump shots are not falling, you have to penetrate and try to get some shots on the inside or get the free throw line. Now here the first half statistic, as we see, the Lakers were a little better field goal percentage shooters. Everything else seems to be about pretty much reflected in the score.
By the way, Kareem is still really hurting down at the other end of the court.
He says he would play with pain. He didn't say he wouldn't act like it wasn't painful.
Cheeks has 7. 45-38 with 10:55 left in the third quarter. Bill Russell, Skip Carey with you from the Forum in Los Angeles. Magic from Kareem.
And he's working magic.
Barkley against Green. McCormick thought about it, didn't do it. Wingate pops it home. David has his first points of the evening. Magic heads the other way and just sails through everybody. Oh, he is something. 21 for Johnson. He has scored 30 or more in his last 4 games, and he appears to be headed for that high water mark again. No Cheeks. Nope. Barkley had it and rolled off his shoulder. What a night he's had after a great start.
Don't jump.
He didn't. Worthy inside, knocked away nicely by Wingate. Cliff Robinson comes away with that one. Kareem back to check him. Barkley fakes. Robinson can't control it.
I'd say that
this is horrible.
No, that is not even good. Charles Barkley's having a rough, since he missed that first dunk shot, things have not gone right for him at all.
He's battling, but nothing's happening.
He better be careful he may get called for illegal defense.
In and out for Worthy. Boy, bunch of missed layups. Great reaction by Kareem.
Now, you know it's a bad pass when a guy that old intercepts it.
It almost hit him right in the head. 51-40, biggest lead for Los Angeles. Wingate goes baseline, hangs in the air, and puts it down. His second straight hoop.
Nice move.
Since the end of the first quarter, Magic a layup and a foul. Only 7 field goals for Philadelphia.
Let's take a look at Kareem. Shoots the gap right there.
And he just made sure he got the layup.
Right. That's experience. The Magic goes for a three-pointer.
And has 24, 7 in the quarter. 54-42, 8:35 left, third period. No Julius Erving in the second half. Yep, for Philadelphia. Wingate for 3, didn't get any. Deflects out to Kareem. Byron Scott with it now. Magic, foul Wingate.
You know, young David Wingate's doing a lot of good things defensively. And the only problem, if there's a problem, is that against Magic, most of it doesn't work. Because he's just so good that just playing what is good ordinary defense just doesn't work.
Wingate checks out, and now Julius Erving makes his first appearance of the second half. Worthy and Kareem, a two-man game. The left-handed hook is short. Cheeks drills it. Cheeks now with 9. Barkley has 11 to lead Philadelphia. Got them all in the first quarter. Worthy over Robinson. In and out. What a jump shoot. Barkley speeds the other way. Goes crashing to the deck. Robinson follows up with a hoop. Oh, what a pass by Myron Scott to Kareem. 56-46 with 7:10 remaining in the third quarter.
Excellent move by Murray Cheeks. There's a tendency when you go past the basket on the baseline for the defense to let up.
Magic turnover. McCormick, the driving basket.
And the Sixers are knocking at the door.
56-50. They righted themselves now. Kareem checked on the baseline. Magic again. Boy, he has cooked 26, 9 in the quarter.
Good penetration by Maurice Cheeks. He's done an excellent job in this third quarter, too. He's come out, he's got gone down the middle a couple of times and went along baseline a couple of times, hit a couple of jump shots, and that's what's keeping him into the game.
6:12 remaining, third quarter. It's an 8-point Laker game, and we'll return after these important commercial messages.
Hi, I'm a Delta reservation sales agent, and I'm usually the very first person you talk to. I'm proud to answer all your questions and give you fast, accurate answers. I guess that's why I feel so satisfied working at Delta. I help people all day long, and I'm happy because they're happy. Excuse me. Good morning. Delta Airlines.
Delta gets you there. We get you there with care.
It's time for another Safeco Insurance Pop Quiz. Complete the following sentence. Safeco's checkless pay plan is a smart way to pay your premiums because A, there's no check to write, B, there's no service charge, or C, there's no waxy yellow buildup. If you answered C, you may leave to walk the dog. But if you answered A or B, you could save time and money with Safeco's checkless pay plan. Safeco, the smart choice.
Nothing escapes the eye of Maxim. The world's first SLR with built-in autofocus, Minolta Maxim focuses by itself. Sharp, fast. Only the human eye focuses faster. With Minolta Maxim, you even get unexpected shots that would have gotten away. The incredible Maxim system.
Only from the mind of Minolta.
TBS sports coverage of the NBA is being brought to you by Renault and Jeep, official vehicles of the NBA.
Boy, isn't that a pretty picture? They had a looks sort of like a Leroy Neiman painting. You didn't think so? No accounting for taste. Cheeks at the foul line to shoot 2.
I'm so glad you said that, Skip.
What a beautiful. I have no taste.
You know, in the Magic...
You talk to people in the truck.
Tonight, Magic is 12-16, which is pretty good shooting.
Not bad at all.
But when you consider the fact that he's taking a lot of layups, that kind of explains it.
Kevin McHale the other night, 15 of 18 in the game we did in Phoenix.
The last 2 games, he was something like 28 for 36.
They were extended last night, but beat the Clippers 114-101.
There's another jump shot, but Byron Scott's going to take Magic's assist right down the old tube there.
Robbins, Byron Scott. Worthy. And a foul on Cliff Robinson. Here comes Michael Cooper. Tuesday night will be in Milwaukee, where Detroit will play 8:05 Eastern Time.
We is a French word, I think. That means yes.
We, I will be there along with Mr. Westbrook, Mr. Goldsmith. Most of the crew is going to Milwaukee.
I wasn't invited, Skip, so I'm not going.
Well, if I were you, I'd be upset.
Well, not really.
61-52 is the score. Los Angeles on top. Irving misses. Robinson can't control it. Good play by Cooper. Rambus with Worthy. He won.
And he took little bitty steps. When you take that many, you have to put it on the floor, or they won't let you have the basket, which will really upset you.
So Philadelphia has it back. Strange, this game has really not been well played at all. Pretty good clawing defense by both teams. A lot of mistakes.
Well, the offense hasn't really worked for either team, but actually the team defense has been almost outstanding.
Barkley lets her rip. On air ball. Oh,
it's been that kind of night for him.
After a great start, too. Worthy. Magic will shoot two. Barkley the foul. That's his first. Say this for Barkley, keeps working hard, and absolutely nothing's working for him. Worthy came away with a pass, could not get a shot on. Now he does. Lakers by 11 again, matching their biggest lead. We have 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Hands
foul on Cooper. And Marty Cheeks forced him to call that foul, which you can do if you know how.
Portland a winner tonight over a struggling Seattle team. Whoa, they call a block on Rambus.
In that Seattle-Portland game, Kiki Vandeweghe had 32 points. Let's take a look and see. Charles, now that's got to be a foul because he was still moving. That's a hard way to get a foul, I can tell you that.
Robinson threw it right to Kareem. Look at that. Barkley, the block.
I can tell you, Barkley may have missed a couple of dunk shots, but I'm going to tell you, there's no one working any harder than he is. The results are coming up 0, but the effort is still A+.
I think it was Christmas night. Bob Neal, Rick Barry had a Philadelphia game. I watched part of it against Washington, and that one Philadelphia got off to a great start, as they did in this one. They led by 15 in that one. They were up to 11 early in this one, and then everything fell apart for them. Same thing is happening here.
That's what I meant by the team, because they don't really do anything. If you have to do something.
Rambus with that steal from Barkley. Worthy, what a pass by Cooper. Boy, they're making some noise in the forum now. Philadelphia calls timeout. It's a 15-point game as Matty Guokas tries to figure out what he can do. We'll be back.
Renault and Jeep, the official vehicles of the NBA, presents the NBA Rule Book Quiz. Boston's Fred Roberts follows up a missed layup against New Jersey. His attempt eventually rests on the back rim. Who Dane's possession.
You know, the engineers who designed this Renault Alliance did a beautiful job of taming the small car. And then they got, well, restless. The result is this guy. The Renault GTA. Everything from GTA's wheels and tires to the engine has been specifically designed for performance. So if you want something a little more stimulating than the family wheels, come on, just say you got a little restless too.
The NBA rulebook states an attempt lodged between the basket and the backboard is a dead ball. Play resumes with a jump ball at the center circle.
Monday, long before Dallas.
Doctor, that sure is a beautiful animal.
Decades before Dynasty.
You knew what a delightful girl I was when you married me. I did not deceive you, sir.
There was Giant.
Me, I'm going to have more money than you ever thought you could have.
Where land is big and the power of men even bigger.
Buy him out and get him out of here.
James Dean, Elizabeth Taylor, and Rock Hudson. Giant. 8:05 Eastern on the Superstation, Monday.
New Year's Eve, Florida State and Indiana, 8 o'clock. Bob Neal, Paul Horning, and Tim Foley will have it for you right here on the Superstation. Florida State will win by 3, I predict.
Okay, let me write that down, Skip. While they're getting the action going here, what I mean by the Sixers the team aren't doing anything, the good teams such as Atlanta, Boston, the Lakers, you go out, you know they're going to work, say, for example, the Lakers are going to work to Kareem, Magic's going to penetrate, run the fast break, Byron Scott's going to get the jumper, James Worthy's going to get inside. These kind of things is what they're trying to do all the time.
Andrew
The
Toney.
Sixers don't have a pattern.
Andrew Toney has checked in and hopes he can. Again, Barkley has it stripped away. Oh, what a pass by Magic Cooper. You can just about circle the wagons if this keeps up. Andrew Toney comes in firing and unsuccessfully. Magic spins by Barkley. Kareem. The laid-back Los Angeles fans are delirious here. 20-second timeout. Philadelphia, and the Lakers have exploded. Nobody can do that, but he just did. Oh, he is amazing. They're letting it get physical, aren't they, Russ? At both ends, it's been that kind of game.
Sure looks easy the way they're doing it.
Oh. 2:51 left. It's a 19-point game, 71-52. Toney will inbound.
He has not played very much this season, Andrew Toney.
Well, he had all those problems last year, but they're still waiting to see if World B. Free is going to become their property. And they hope to get Jeff Rulin back as well. Toney draws the foul, shoots 2. Worthy.
If the Sixers are going to get back into the game, they're going to have to get inside and get some shots off and get to the foul line. And someone other than Charles Barkley, he's almost got to take time off and just play defense and rebound and see if he can get some fast breaks started. Because every time he goes in the middle there, there's 8 guys waiting for him, and they're not going to give him anything for some reason or another. Maybe he's not getting hit.
Toney makes them both. Matty Kukas was very close to a technical. Let his displeasure be known. Kareem of the skyhook. He has 14, 8 in the quarter, and the Lakers are clicking. They're up by 19. Toney for 3. Rambus had it, lost it. Kareem comes away with it. Cooper for Magic. Nope, that was a jump shot. Worthy. That was a jump shot. 21-point game. 1:55 left in the quarter.
About that long evening for the Sixers.
getting lengthy now, despite an early lead. Tony dishes it off nicely to Cheeks. He gets through.
You know, when a team is trying to get their act together and do things, one of the things they have to do is create illusions and make you think they're doing certain things so that you set your defense for it. And then when you do things a little different, it does work for a while.
Cooper will intercept that. No, it won't. That gives the Lakers time to get back. But Henson drives. Into the game, Rambis shoots two.
So, for example, Lakers have removed Kurt Rambis from the starting lineup, but he still gets to play a lot of quality minutes, which is consistent with this team. He does a lot of really good things for this team.
He's a hard-working kid. Cheeks to the front court with 45 seconds. Here's the foul, shoots two. Matthews comes out of there with the ball, but he's going to have to get it back, right?
See, a lot of teams try to get the players like Kurt Rambis, same way Bobby Jones used to play for the Sixers, and guys like that, because you have a flow on your offense, and it goes like water going down a drain in the same direction. And you have to have a guy that steps outside that flow and steps in without having to change the flow for him to become part of the offense. This is a problem the Sixers had when they first got Charles Barkley. You really can't have an effective five-man offense.
Cooper heads the other way with 40 seconds, a 17-point game.
I mean, five guys shooting. You can have four guys shooting. There's not enough shots for five guys.
That's all that stuff about knowing your role, and that's not just lip service. That's the way this game is. Kareem. He has 16. Cheeks charges up the floor. Andrew Toney back to Mo Cheeks. Toney for three. Nope. Cooper can't control it, but Worthy does. 8 seconds left. Worthy wheels. Left hands it up. It won't go. That won't count. A loose ball foul has been called with a second left. On the Lakers.
Well, Charles had to do a little acting.
It's a 19-point Laker game, and the Philadelphia team is at the line with 1 second left in the third quarter.
You know, I think the Sixers thought they had broken out that slump when they won last night.
And the way it started tonight. Barkley has not scored since quarter number one.
There, he's broken the ice. That's his first point since he missed a
couple of dunks in succession.
Well, I always think about that one who was out by himself.
That's got to be a horrible feeling. Charles Barkley has almost exited the building, but he's coming back. And at the end of three, your score. Lakers 79, Sixers 62. Fantastic.
I won $365,000 from Publishers Clearinghouse.
We're speeding up a Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes to make it the fastest way for you to win $10 million. We're announcing the winning number for the $10 million super prize right on TV January 29th. But you've got to enter fast if you want to win fast. Watch your mail for this house, because only Publishers Clearinghouse can make you so rich, so fast. So enter.
Celebrate New Year's Day with the Superstation Stooge-a-thon. The fun begins at 10:05 Eastern on the Superstation Thursday morning and continues all day.
Why?
Follow the NBA and off-season baseball news. Subscribe to Super Sports News. 12 issues for $11.95 for 1-800-257-1234. That's a little less than $1 an issue. Why what?
Why not?
12 minutes remaining at 79-62. Philadelphia was outscored 34-26 in that third quarter. So we go to the final 12 minutes. Burkowski returns to the game. Kareem gets a rest. We go to the final 12.
As Philadelphia shot 38% in that quarter, 8 for 21. The Lakers were 14 for 24. That could make a difference.
The Lakers really chopped down on him defensively after that first period. In fact, after about the first 9 minutes of the game. Matthews against Cheeks. Cooper faked Tony. Jump shot. How can they be up by so much? They can't make a jump shot. Almost over and back there. A lot of standing around for Philadelphia at the moment. Cheeks is trapped. 5 on the shot clock. Rambus reached over, committed the foul. Charles exits the court on the other side.
He'll be back. There he is. He's back already.
LA is a great big freeway. Put $1 down by a car. Tony drops it off. Barkley, offensive foul, takes the basket away.
I'm sure that he's going to be able to do something right again tonight that's going to work for him. Let's take a look at Edge.
11:05 left. Down to the deck goes Rambus. Evans Barkley is his 5th.
Number 6, Julius Irving. I don't think Julius is strong enough to push Rambus that far.
Matthews into the corner to Worthy. There's the jump shot that goes down. James has 17. It really is amazing, Bill, I think. The Lakers have just had a terrible night shooting the jump shot for them to be 19 and 20.
Well, if they're shooting 50%, they must be getting a lot of layups. That's a three-pointer. Didn't go. Good hustle by Henson.
And he follows it. They are getting a lot of layups thanks to their break. Cooper, there's that set shot. That won't go either, and Barkley the rebound. Tony beats the field. That wasn't a bad play by Tony. He was too far under to shoot. He was trying to salvage the situation. Matthews shoots 2 at the other end.
When things go wrong, they usually do. Great outside outlet pass by Barkley. They come up empty.
Barkley takes a hike. Matthews to the line for 2. Matthews with his first point of the night. Henson with a rebound. Only the second free throw missed by the Lakers. Worthy picks up his 4th. He comes out for a rest. Billy Thompson checks into the game. Henson with a high arcing jumper. That won't go, but it deflects out to Irving. Tony tries another one from out there. He hasn't caught one yet. Rambus ahead to Matthews, deflected away, but no problem for Cooper. Another jump shot goes awry. At the end of the game, Charlie Neal will have details of the other sports news of the day, and we'll name our Miller Lite player, Andrew Toney. His first field goal.
Not from lack of effort.
82-66 our score. Kurt Rambis, my favorite baseball announcer, the voice of the Chicago Cubs, a big fan of yours, H. Carey, looking in tonight down in Palm Springs.
I'm a big fan of his. Take me out to I love to hear him sing, taking up the ball game.
Well, you don't love to hear him sing.
Yeah, I do.
Well, let's hear it.
I'm tone deaf.
You must be. You're a masochist. He and I brought Palm Springs to its knees last night.
A father and son combination that can't be beat.
Boy. Packed a heap of living to do.
A couple hours,
One
huh?
day over there. 8.5 minutes left. It's 84-66. We propped up the economy, and boy, do they not need it. They're going pretty good over there as it is. 8:23 remaining, 84-66 on the score. Tuesday night, Detroit at Milwaukee. Two teams that have been hot lately, though Milwaukee got cooled off by the Knicks last night.
Got their comeuppance, huh?
That too. Thompson handles it. Nice pass. Nobody near Wes Matthews. He broke away from Julius and got the hoop. A 20-point game with 8:05 remaining. Bukowski the foul. Philly doesn't get the roll.
You know, Philadelphia was involved in a lot of trades this last summer, the off season. And it's still a little early to tell which teams made out very well, like Brad Daugherty, the #1 pick that went to Cleveland. Rick gave him an A in his progress for this season. And Moses, who went to the Bullets, is having a pretty good season. And then the Sixers are now in the middle of a horrendous slump.
Ruland is hurt. Kinson and Robinson are playing all right.
They have a lot of big gambles they took in changing the team. A team that was a playoff contender a couple of years ago.
Matthews threw up a prayer. It wasn't answered. Bukowski tips in the missed Rambo shot. Timeout, Philadelphia. They're in a world of hurt, down by 22 with 7:24 left.
When you want the rich, smooth, fresh taste of real draft beer in a can, ask for Miller Genuine Draft. The Miller with the black label. It's beer at its best.
This is Jeep's all-new 4-liter 6-cylinder engine. It has sequential multi-point electronic fuel injection. It puts out 173 horsepower and 220 foot-pounds of torque. But most important, if you put this new engine in a Jeep Cherokee or a Jeep Comanche, you're going to see more speed and power than you've ever seen from vehicles like this. Just remember where you saw it first.
Who has transformed video cameras, making them more compact, simpler, more colorful, more fun? Who? RCA, with the new Pro Wonder camcorder, the camera and recorder that use a standard VHS cassettes plus solid-state technology for brighter, more colorful memories. Pro Wonder. If you settle for less than RCA, that's exactly what you'll get.
Still haven't opened your Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes, huh? If you don't send it in fast, you'll miss your chance to win $10 million. The lucky number will be announced January 29th. Or maybe you don't need $10 million from Publishers Clearinghouse.
Following the game tonight, Charlie Neal joins Nick Charles on the sports page. Run through all the NFL playoff action, one other NBA game, and all the other sports goings on of the day, right after the contest here on TBS.
Didn't Nick Charles used to be a detective?
Yeah.
The Thin Man.
Yeah, Nick and Nora Charles.
Yes.
What if it's the same guy? We'll have him reveal that on the sports page if he used to be
The defective.
a defector. Just kidding. No, we wouldn't kid you if we didn't like you. Roy Hinson into the lane, shoots on the run with indifferent results. Foul Burkowski. Adrian Branch checks into the game for the Lakers.
Didn't those two guys used to play together? Burkowski and McCormick up in Seattle. I think they played together a couple years ago.
Did they? I can't recall.
I think they were on the same team. But doesn't necessarily mean they played together.
McCormick misses a free throw, tries again. Sadale Threeps, who has played very little tonight, comes away with the ball for Philly. Wingate loses it. Burkowski has it. Ahead to Randall. Here's Branch. Adrian drives and misses and will go to the line.
One thing I've noticed about, because I've known him for a long time, David Wingate, he looks a little lost out there because I don't think he realizes how physical this pro game is. You know, in college basketball, they actually try to play without contact.
Yeah, it's not quite like that.
So you play without contact, you don't get to be a part of the game.
Pretty soon, if you play without contact, pretty soon you're playing in Italy or Spain or something.
Well, you're just sitting and watching, but you're not knitting.
That's right. Branch was a 68% foul shooter, as you see. Laura Goldsmith in charge of our graphics here tonight. Branch has his first point. 6:45 remaining in the game. 91-68.
Yeah, since Phillies Sixers led 23-12 in the first quarter, LA has outscored them 73-45.
Well, that's by a bunch, isn't it? That won't fall either, but Henson will be at the line for two, and they're on their way to the freeways in Los Angeles.
Or the racetrack.
I don't think so tonight. I mean, they're almost certainly on the way to the freeway. I don't know where they're going from there.
Okay. There'll be a bunch of them out there, I can tell you that.
Henson makes the first. He'll try again. He has 8-6 in the quarter. Matthews crosses the line against Sadale Threeps. Thompson, and yet another whistle. Kenny Green has checked in the game for Philadelphia, picks up the foul.
That'll teach him to check in. See, if they had checked in, the referee would have known who he was.
He's much traveled already. This is his third team. He's in his second year out of Wake Forest. 6:21 remaining. 92-70. Billy Thompson tries again.
He must have been more important to Louisville than they realized.
Well, everybody's struggling right now.
No, they're having a hard time of it.
Yeah, Denny predicted it before the season, and everybody said that's just coach's talk. But he knew whereof he spoke. Green will shoot two. Billy Thompson picked up the foul.
And And he's picked up a little referee, too. He's got a referee that was traveling. Of course, the supervisor referee's not here, so no one's paying attention to him.
But you can bet Darrell Garrettson is somewhere taking notes. As his guide dog curled up at his feet. Wes Matthews, front court with 6 minutes left. Branch. That was a long branch.
And, that's because went all night without saying that.
I know.
And it was a jump shot that he made. Well, I think Pat Wright looks a little relaxed now.
They always dapper Los Angeles coach.
Who has really grown into an absolutely marvelous coach since he took over this job a few years back.
The Lakers, number 52,
Bill Burtka and Randy Fund, his assistants, Jim Planham and John Gabriel, assistant Matt Gufitz. Gary Vitti, the trainer for the Lakers, and Al Domenico, longtime trainer for Philadelphia. We ought to mention those guys more often. They do They do a heck of a job for far less money than you prima donnas get.
That's no excuse for mentioning it.
Perhaps you're right.
But you might as well while you're at it, though. It's good. Knock yourself out. Have fun.
That we try to do.
Sometimes there are people that try to prevent that.
Yes, but we ignore them too. 97-72. Adrian Branch puts it down. He has 5. Roy Hinson. Max Breck is into the game for Los Angeles, the former Chicago performer.
Rather large Chicago form. And these 6 benches, I mean, they're really hooping it up. They're just having the ball. No, they're not enjoying this at all. And this is one of those trips where it seems like it never ends.
In '83, it was that Julius Erving led them to a sweep of the Lakers in the NBA Finals.
Remember when Moses Malone said, "Fo, fo, fo"?
It was right. We're down to 4:40.
That tells you that everything is going wrong for the Sixers.
101-74. They just fall completely apart after the first 9 minutes of the game. Danny Brain missed the layup.
I think they envision him playing the same type of game as Bobby Jones. Good defensive player, and except that Bobby Jones is a lot better than most people realize.
Scored a goal for Wingate and a foul. Burkowski picks up his 5th. Wingate with 6 points. Detroit at Milwaukee on Tuesday night. The sports page is next. Charlie Neal joins Nick Charles on that program. .101-77 our score. Wes Matthews walked.
He walked sideways. He didn't try to go forward. Didn't try to make any progress.
Wes stares askance at Jim Capers. The hostilities resumed. And Los Angeles has it back, and there are now just 3 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. The Lakers will be 22-6, the best record in the NBA. Burkowski, left-hand player.
And I think Bukowski and Brains were teammates. Were on the same team.
Thompson, and he'll shoot two. Timeout called by the Lakers with 2:48 left. You know the old saying, it's never over until it's over? It's not true. We'll be back right after this.
Jellyfish swims faster than that.
Not with a clogged nose like this.
Oh, try this. Sidex, I need help now.
You got it.
Hit this when you feel it. 1 second.
With Sinex Vapors, you feel better in 1 second. Plus, its strong decongestant keeps you breathing free for hours.
And you're gonna need it for hours.
Whoa!
Sinex, regular or long-lasting. Feeling better is a second away. From Vicks, of course.
You're reaching deep inside you, so things you've never known. It's been tough, rough going, but you haven't gone alone.
We do more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day.
Hey, First Sergeant. Good morning. Find your future in the Army.
There's a new short bed pickup on the road. It's called Comanche Sport Truck. It's the kind of truck only Jeep could build. And at just $64.95, it's also the lowest price pickup built in America. Jeep Comanche Sport Truck. It's worth a look.
Nick Charles, Charlie Neal, and the sports page will follow the action here on CBS. 2:48 remaining.
And in this fourth quarter, the Sixers are shooting 3 for 11, and the Lakers are shooting 10 for 17. And this is mostly not the Lakers team that we've grown to know.
Philadelphia's got a good group, and I know Matty Gukas has to be concerned about the way it's not just losing here in the Forum to the Lakers, because they're a very formidable team, but the way they're losing. This will be their 8th loss in 11 games.
And regrouping would not be the... I don't think that covers enough of it.
Billy Thompson goes sailing into the crowd. I think he's okay. Ball goes out of bounds. Thompson is on his feet. And he is all right. Good effort. And you're really glad that somebody doesn't get hurt in this kind of game, in this kind of spot.
The floor gets kind of hard over there.
Yeah,
it's not as hard out there.
Branch tips in his own miss. It's a 30-point game. Mercifully.
The Lakers have not been very interesting to telecast for you tonight. Last time they were playing the Clippers and they did the same kind of thing. Good block.
Brands with the block. Tony gives it on to Wingate. Fortunately, less than 2 minutes remain in the game.
The freeways are full because there are a lot of empty seats now.
And that happens here a lot.
No matter how close the game is.
That's right. But there's a lot to do here.
Yes, there is. Count cars leaving the parking lot.
Yeah. And a foul. Hinson gets the hoop.
Counting movie stars in the stands. Get Laker autographs.
You're just determined to go on with this until we go right down the tube, Coach. 1:29 left. 1:07.81 is the score.
You know what's tough about it for the Sixers? After a game like this, they have to go in the locker room and listen to the coach rant and rave for another 10 minutes, which is longer than the fourth quarter.
Grant is fouled by Wingate. 1:20 remaining.
I remember when I was playing for Red Auerbach, they did a game like this, and you just hated to go to the dressing room. You knew you had to go in there.
And you knew what was coming.
And you wanted to just go in, get a shower, and get out of there. You knew how bad it was.
Yeah.
But, oh, no, not Red. He had a lot to say.
I remember a great story Bob Gibson tells. Right there from a great National League pitcher. One of his best years, he was pitching the first game of a twilight doubleheader against the Giants, and everything he threw was a line drive. Finally, Red Schoendienst was the Cardinal manager, and he came out of the game. He didn't get anybody out. Like 6 runs were in, and Red walked out. All Gibson said was, "What took you so long? Where have you been?" Players know when they're going sour. Andrew Toney pops it home.
And Charlie Nunez just stole the ball from A.C. Green. But he had to give it back since the referee couldn't shoot.
One of those kind of games.
Couldn't shoot anyway, even if he gave him the shot.
Shrek has it blocked away by Ray. Don't forget the sports page will follow this game. Nick Charles and Charlie Need.
Nick Charles and Charlie Need.
On the sports page, right after
Charles
the game.
and Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be right after the game there on CBS. He walked. They're going to play, as a highlight of that program tonight, they're going to play the entire 12 minutes of this fourth quarter at slow speed.
Slower speed, please.
40 seconds left. Tony, that's blocked by Thompson. It's a 3-on-1. Matthew listens. And a foul. 26 seconds left.
I was looking at Matt Dukas over there. He's about 6'6" when the game started. Maybe 5'11" now.
Losing is no fun.
And that gray spot is getting picked up by the 8 more strands.
Wonder if
just this quarter.
Wonder if he looks over and envies us.
No, can't see that far. When it's like this, your eye, the first thing goes your eyesight.
Tunnel vision, yeah. 109.84. 20 seconds left. And another personal foul. Tuesday night, any messages for Red? He and I team up in Milwaukee where Detroit played.
Well, tell me you can't smoke in the Mecca.
I will. Anything else?
No, you can't do that. You can't do that on television.
Okay. The doctor would have preferred, well, it may not be his last game in the Forum, depending on the playoffs. But if it is, he would have preferred a better game than this one.
Showtime.
Why not? It's over. Lakers win it 111-85, and totals and highlights right after this.
Us guys at Miller Lite usually kid around, but since it's the holidays, we'd like to get a little serious.
Yeah. Have a very Merry Christmas.
Why you Noel?
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, thanks.
To family and friends.
Even to quarterback.
We wish you health, happiness, and peace.
There you go, Yoke.
Oh, thanks, guys. Great seat. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Coach Ryan, he's back.
He can't be
back. He's sick in the hospital.
Yeah, they said he might never come back. All right, lunkhead, blacks in 30 seconds.
Today, more people survive cancer of the colon, thanks in part to a test that provides early detection. And Eckerd pharmacists have given out over 1 million of these tests, free.
Mr. Conley, what's so funny?
Glad to have you back, Coach.
To an Eckerd pharmacist, nothing's more important than your health.
Jeep Cherokee has just been reborn. It can now be ordered with a 4-liter, 6-cylinder, 173-horsepower engine. Nothing in Cherokee's class even comes close. In fact, with this engine and a choice of 2 or 4 doors and 2 shift-on-the-fly 4-wheel drive systems, you could say nothing's in Cherokee's class.
Tonight's Miller Lite player of the game is, as you might have expected, Magic Johnson, who went for 28 points, did not play in the fourth quarter, had 9 assists and 8 rebounds on behalf of, by the way, he had a string of 4 straight 30-point games interrupted only because this game was a runaway and his TBS efficiency rating, a rather high 25. So on behalf of Miller Lite, Turner Broadcasting is proud to donate $1,000 to the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation in the name of Irvin Magic Johnson. We'll be back to recap it right after this.
When it comes to teamwork, fans and players have something in common. If somebody on your team is having an off night, it's time for you to take charge. We lose too many lives because some fans are not team players. They'll let a friend drive after drinking. You can help cut those road losses. If somebody in your crowd has too much to drink, tell him to pass the keys.
You drive, pal, okay?
Good move, buddy. It's the biggest assist he can make.
All right, thanks for coming over, guys.
Big parade this year.
It's the economy.
Oh, Russell, what kind of motor oil are you using?
Motor oil is motor oil.
Motor oil definitely is not motor oil. A 4-cylinder engine works harder and needs the extra protection of specially formulated Valvoline 4-Guard.
Not much of a parade this year.
It's the economy.
Oh, Russell.
The Superstation is the way to see the NBA at the hoop.
On Tuesday night NBA, Isaiah Thomas of the Pistons must motor past Terry Cummings of the Bucks. Let's all go to the hoop with Detroit and Milwaukee. Live at 8:05 p.m. Eastern on the Superstation Tuesday.
When you want to see the best, it's WTBS at the hoop.
Stay with Superstation WTBS. Next, get a wrap-up of the week's sports action on the sports page on Superstation WTBS. Next.
TBS sports coverage of the NBA has been brought to you by Renault and Jeep, official vehicles of the NBA, and by Miller Lite. For great taste, there is only one light beer. And by Delta Airlines, over 39,000 professionals serving more than 100 cities in the U.S. and overseas. Delta gets you there with care.
Lakers win at 111-85. Your final comments of the evening on air, sir?
This is going to be a very long trip for the Sixers as they have to listen to the coach after games like this. They're going to have to turn it around rather quickly. And the Lakers are off to a much better start than I think even they expected.
22-6 is their record. The sports page, I understand, is coming along next on TBS. Our next game Tuesday night, Detroit at Milwaukee. For Bill Russell and our TBS crew, Skip Carey from the Forum. So long, everybody.